Hello friends, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name is Brittany. On this channel I share my stupid opinions about the books I've been reading. Today we're talking about The Wallflower by J.L. Beck. This book averages 4.13 on Goodreads with about 2,800 ratings as it stands right now. It's a newer release. On the storygraph, it has 4.01 as an average rating. Content warnings are completely and 100% necessary for this. Here they are. Please pause if you need. I recommend that you do pause if you're going to continue with this video because I am going to get into it. I'm just going to read the synopsis directly from Goodreads because there's no other way to do this. Oh my god. She needs me because she needs money. I don't need her. Just her complete submission. Maybelle Jacobs is the wallflower. Quiet, shy, socially awkward, and hell-bent on hiding, even from herself. That is, until a chance encounter takes place between us. Instantly, she hates me, and for good reason. I'm a walking red flag. Filthy rich jock, short-tempered and violent. I can have anyone and anything I want, except her. Little does she know, her disgust, anger, and hate for me fuels my obsession to own her, completely, in every single way. Maybelle resists, predictably, but her fight only makes her more desirable, and I have plans that will lead her right into my lap and never want to leave. When she joins the sinful tradition put on by the elite of the town, the hunt, I'm shocked. The pretty little thing has no idea how much danger she's in if she decides to become my prey. Sweet, innocent, and fragile like a flower. I'll have to be careful or risk breaking her, because I'm the ultimate predator, and when I play, there are no rules. I don't chase, I capture, and I like to own my bait. The author indicates that the tropes include secret society, college, touch her and die, consensual non-consent, and chasing bait fantasy. And I have many things to say about this, but we're going to just get into it. I really did not read the synopsis of this book. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. This is maybe one of the wildest books that I've read, and I've read Credence, so that should say something to you. Maybelle Jacobs is the quiet book nerd at Oakmount, which is a university. During her free time, you can find her at the library, likely tutoring her peers to make a little extra money to pay for her mom's mounting medical bills. She is a scholarship student and she is rooming with a character named Jackie. Drew Marshall is the quarterback of the football team and president of The Mill, which is Oakmount's very own secret society of sorts. It's responsible for the annual hunt. Drew is absolutely an asshole. He fantasizes about the hunt and finding a victim who is not pretending not to want him. Like, he wants you to not want him, if you get my drift. His dad is one of the richest men in town. Drew is literally a million walking red flags. He lives with 3 of his closest friends in a mansion on the edge of campus. His 3 friends that he lives with are Sebastian, Lee, and Aries, because of course there's an Aries. If you watched my Vile Boys video, you will know what I'm talking about. The main characters were about as fleshed out as you can imagine based off of what we've talked about so far. Drew and Mabel both have green eyes. Mabel is supposed to be very shy, but she doesn't read as very shy. She very much reads as pick me, choose me, love me. Drew literally cares about no one but his mom and is at the same time extremely possessive of Mabel, and they've known each other for 3 days. I literally did not give a single shit about them. Side characters were also kind of flat. Jackie was there for the sole purpose of pushing Mabel into the hunt and to drive more chaos at the end of the book. It was really weird because Mabel's like, Jackie's my best friend, but they hardly ever spend time together, and Jackie doesn't know any fucking thing about Mabel besides her mom is sick. Aries was just there. He played a part in maybe 2 scenes of the entire book. We're more heavily focused on Sebastian as far as Drew's friends go. I really couldn't see a reason to have the other 2 friends be there, Lee and Aries. Literally, Lee interacted once with Drew alone. Otherwise, the trio are always at their house together, but we're more focused on Drew than anything. And there's one scene in the book where there's a carnival going on where the 4 boys are all there together. I really like to relate to my characters in books overall when I'm reading, and this one really lacked the depth that I was looking for. I did give some extra points to characters for having enough emotional capacity to care about their moms, to literally do anything for them, but really they fell flat in all other areas. Characters were a 3 out of 10. I think really that the author author was going for some sort of sexual tension between the characters, but it wasn't fully delivered on. The Hunt is essentially a grape fantasy, and I really could not be on board for that. It was painted as dubious consent, and it very clearly was not that. After the Hunt was over, which takes up a surprising amount of time in this book, I'm talking at least a third of the book is focused on the Hunt. The atmosphere improved a little bit in that Mabel seemed more interested in the sexual interactions between her and Drew, but I just genuinely could not get over the first part. This is supposed to be a bully romance. I've not dived too far into this specific trope in that I've only read one book series that would meet the criteria of bully romance. And if I'm honest, the Prescott High series did the trope way better. Drew's an asshole to Mabel, but he also does things that kind of seem a little bit caring in that, like, after one of their sexual interactions, he brings her a washcloth to provide aftercare. I don't know, just something about the whole bully aspect of this rubbed me the wrong way. And I think it's because of the Hunt scenes. Whereas in the Prescott High series, like, they're all assholes to the main character, but they work towards gaining her trust and work towards not being dickheads to her. This guy is straight up a dickhead the whole time. The possessiveness just gave me the ick. The atmosphere is a 3 out of 10. I found the writing to be a little bit repetitive and boring at times. Drew calls Mabel some variant of flower 103 times in this book. 103 times. He tells Mabel she belongs to him in some way at least 50 times. I'm all for driving home your point, but bestie, this was a little overkill. Dialogue seemed a little bit clunky and awkward in certain places and genuinely did not feel like the way a real human would talk. Even parts where there was cursing seemed a little bit strange and maybe forced to me. I have read worse. I have read worse. So do with that what you will. Writing was a 3. There's not much in the way for plot here. Drew's a bully, Mabel's his victim and or prey, whatever you would like to focus on here. Much of the book heavily focuses on the Hunt, where Drew assaults Mabel, and then after there's a very narrow line of dubious consent for the duration of the book. The plot kind of loosely covers Drew and Mabel's sick moms and how Mabel basically does anything that Drew wants to ensure he keeps paying her so that her mom can go through this experimental treatment for whatever ailment she has. It's a mystery to us. We don't know anything other than it might be cancer. The ending is a cliffhanger, and I was minorly interested in seeing how the next book plays out. It's not going to be released until the end of April on Kindle Unlimited, and it's a 3-book series, this whole Oakmount Elite thing that we have going on. The 3rd book comes out in July, I think. The ending of this first book honestly gave me reading whiplash. It was so wild. And that's what I'm saying, like, morbidly curious. Hi, it's me. I love the idea of protecting my peace, but not enough to actually do it. Plot was a 3. After we finished The Hunt, my interest in this book improved immensely. I don't really think that Drew and Mabel's relationship is by any means normal or healthy, but it was enough for me to force my way through. The interest in the last 20% of this book was down hard, but the in-between bits, like the carnival, her going to see her mom at the hospital, those were all kind of interesting parts to me. But the Hunt, straight up no. And then the last part where they have this weird fight. After they have this weird fight and then she goes to this like gala to work, I just was not having a great time. It was a 3 for intrigue. If you've read this book and could explain the ending to me, that'd be wonderful, because it made 0 sense to me. I have so many complaints and they are all so spoilery, I literally can't. Logically, we could have left out several characters from this story and it would have been the same. It was a 3 out of 10. I know y'all probably think that I'm just such a hater and I don't enjoy anything that I read, and that is not true. The act of reading in and of itself is enough for me, entertaining for me. Entertainment wise, I would say it was a train wreck. It was a 10, but for enjoyment, like, I wasn't having the greatest of times. Eye roll inducing, overall like a decent time. It's not the best thing I've ever read, and after the great scene and before the 20% mark, the end 20%, it was an okay time. As of right now, I'm undecided about picking up book 2. I'm really morbidly curious about where the storyline is going after the train wreck of an ending that was the wallflower. I am kind of curious about how the wildflower is going to play out, but we'll see. It was a 3 out of 10 for enjoyment for me. My overall CAWPILE total score was 21 out of 70, which is 3.0 for an average. On my CAWPILE scale, that is a 1.75 star read. I'm so sorry. I feel like when I'm out here giving these bad reviews, like there were good things, but so much more bad things. Anyway, I'm gonna go. If you like the video, feel free to leave me a like. Let me know in the comments below thoughts on corny pet names. Wallflower was extremely cringe to me, and he calls her that so many times. If you are new here and you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. It's free for you. It's fun for me. And with that, I will see you all very soon. Bye.